What's up, everybody? It's your boy JT.
And Nene. Let's get into the episode.
Decompress.
No, compress.
No, you said decompress.
Compress.
No, you said I try to decompress.
I meant to say compress. Nigga.
Whoa.
Oh, don't you put that on there.
Whoa.
Jonathan.
Whoa.
Don't put
Watch
that on
that
there.
N-word usage. Oh, okay. Let's just start, okay?
Okay.
Welcome to the Pill Talking Podcast. It's your boy JT.
And Nene.
And we are back.
Again. Back. We're back again.
Back again. Guess who's back?
Back again.
Yeah, but anyway, no, seriously, man, life's been good. We didn't stop making podcasts, even though my wife didn't post
Wow.
like she was supposed to, but that's a different...
I know you freaking lie.
Different day, different topic, okay? No, we have been... what have we been doing? I had a birthday. We had a baby.
Yeah. Last time we came on here, we just had announced that we had the baby.
No, last time the baby was on here, we brought him. He's been around.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Though we were talking about him, but
Yeah, he's definitely here now. He's older.
He's older and he's getting there. I feel like we're gonna have a.
We definitely
Gonna have to watch him.
We are definitely gonna have a. Yeah.
A yeah type of child. A yeah type of child.
This kid here, bro.
Yeah, he is.
He is
Something. Yeah.
But that's my dog.
Yeah.
I want to say first off, what we've done these past few weeks. I guess we didn't have a show. We did start counseling, marriage counseling, because we never did it before, and we always would tell people like, get counseling,
Right.
and we never did it. So we were like, let's not be hypocrites. Like, I didn't even know that my job, my corporate job, actually covers
Come on now.
counseling and therapy for free $99. Not, I mean, I'm working for it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They kind of take the cost through insurance, so we were able to, do 3 months of therapy,
yeah,
and
it was a lot.
It was great. I mean, it really did help. We actually were able to
A lot.
see opportunities to be better. We saw our weaknesses, like we had to role play and discuss it with somebody who don't know us. So that's always just like, okay, we start like telling somebody else what you do, then you'd be like, okay,
Right.
I'm
It's not
kinda,
biased.
I'm tripping, yeah, like I need to do better or
And
whatever.
then
So,
it also taught us things that we would normally think that is not bad, like are not
Facts.
wrong, or that won't lead to bigger problems. It
that
taught
that
us
was the
to
other thing.
see
We
those
thought
things.
it was stuff like we would think that it's just normal, and then they'd be like, well,
Yeah.
really, you could just do this, this, and this. Like, for example, we learned how to not to run from arguments, but to argue, but to like really not let it linger.
Yeah,
and I think
like with
we have
intention.
made great steps in just moving past it, coming to a conclusion, whether we like it or not, and just, agreeing that this is over. Like, and we didn't do that before. We would just argue and be mad for a day. Well, I would be mad.
Or like we would just be quiet, like not deal with it
we
at
wouldn't
the
deal
time,
with it.
and then it come back up.
Come back up. So we just deal with stuff, get through it, and then we hold each other accountable to the things we said we would do or work on.
That's true.
And that way, even though it might suck when somebody throw it in your face, you can't argue because
you
said you would work on it, or you said you would do it. So yeah, that's been great. Like I
enjoyed it too. It's like a mirror,
Yeah,
like,
it's a great mirror to just talk to somebody. So yeah, after going through counseling for the first time in my life, therapy, I 110% recommend it, because even if you don't have problems, like we didn't have major problems, but it just made our relationship so much better, and I can see like long term if we keep working on it, we'll just be better. Because ideally, like for me, I don't know if you feel the same way, I do want to get to a point where we stop arguing like in front of the kids, because they're getting older now. So I just don't want them, like, even though we don't be like
hard on being
we don't
crazy.
Be, yeah, we don't be fighting or like.
They could tell we were fussing.
They can tell we're fussing. So I don't want them to learn behaviors of, oh, this is how I act in a relationship.
Right.
Or this is how I act when I'm upset. I yell, I say what I want.
Yeah.
So that is another goal is to, be able to have, like we're starting to do more, like have these conversations in front of them without exploding. So, yeah.
I agree. That's true.
What else? What else we done? So Dom, um, I think we post about it. I don't know if we did,
About what?
but I was very proud that although you did not post anything on JT and Nene, you were building
Oh my God.
your two profiles to, you know, thousands of likes, subscribers. I appreciate that. I mean, you had a couple what I consider viral videos. You go
Yeah.
over 1 million views. I consider that viral.
That was
So
wild.
I applaud you for that. I just wish that you didn't neglect where you got to start from.
Wow, Jonathan.
But yeah,
Wow. I didn't neglect it. I really just was like, I mean, did you see my viral videos though? And you just complain about my other ones. They look toe up, so.
no, your videos definitely were tore up. But I did get your new camera, so I put my
Yeah.
money where my mouth was.
You did.
Your quality of your iPhone was looking
And
droidish.
it really was,
So,
it really is my iPhone. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about my iPhones. They just be looking terrible.
right.
I really don't know.
So yeah, that's pretty much what we've been.
Yeah.
Nothing bad. Nothing. We didn't stop the show. We didn't we're not doing it no more.
Like we didn't stop creating.
Yeah, we're
either.
still
Like,
creating. I mean,
yeah.
now I'm working on other podcasts, and I
Yeah. Clap for
work
Jonathan.
at a studio.
Y'all
now, a
remember when he
podcast studio.
posted that video of him and he was like, Nene's jobs, my job.
Right. So now I
So now he
help
gets to
other
really
people
do that.
produce and record their podcasts. So yeah, we've been working. We established our business,
Yeah,
like legally
that's good.
going through the state. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that is a process. But overall, I mean, Tom, your book was in a store, which we should go check on. We've been doing stuff, and yeah, but we had to come on the show because there's some stuff we don't like.
Yeah.
So let's just get into it. Okay, social media have been on a tear, bro. Like, I know that social media is not the real world, and you can log out and go to Walmart, and you won't see half of the stuff you see.
Right.
Bro. But there is something happening where people don't even care about self-respect anymore.
They sure don't.
Like, something I dislike, and I'm just gonna say it, they can sue me. Zeus Network
Oh yeah.
does not need to exist in 2024 in the fashion it does exist. I'm not saying that there will always be a market for trash reality
yeah,
shows.
that's
We
hype.
grew up watching them.
Yeah.
I mean, we had Jerry Springer, you had the Steve Wilkos, you had the
had all
Bad
that.
Girls Club. Like, it will always be a niche audience for that.
That's right.
But the way they've been promoting this to the forefront of just pure
Foolishness.
bad girl, what it's called? I don't even know.
Bad girls.
Baddies or something like that. Whatever it's called. Zeus Network
Insane.
is so foul for this TV show.
Like
All of this is women just coming together fighting.
it just really,
Bro.
and you hate to be that person because, people always like, oh my God, y'all always making it about that. Like, the black woman is angry, she always mad. But, that's literally what it looked like. Like, why are we fighting like that as women, as grown adult women?
Just as grown-ups. Because
That's
I think
crazy.
well,
the boy, I forgot about the boy, the guy one.
yeah, they had the guy
but
and
the
the-
girl one really gets pushed.
Yeah.
The women, they running the show, the Zeus Network. They
Yeah,
really get pushed.
I'm not gonna lie. Early on, it was oh, what is this? Oh, it's kind of whatever.
Right,
but then
but
it just keep
all
going.
they do is fight.
What's next? What's next season? Oh, we're fighting in Puerto Rico. Baddies of Puerto Rico. What's next? Overseas
Fighting.
international. We're still fighting.
At this point, y'all might as well go to
There-
WWE.
there's nothing but it's just pure ratchetness. And,
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of industry plants. I'm tired of, when I say industry plants, I mean I'm tired of certain images or let's just talk about music. There are certain artists who jumped leaps and bounds over people
Yeah.
because of a financial backing from a label or a music group that don't like what they're doing is clear as day is an industry plant. Meaning,
Yeah.
it's clear as day without the support of whatever is backing them, they would not exist.
Facts.
Like, let's just keep it a
100%.
like
Would not exist.
they wouldn't, especially as long as they exist.
Yeah.
And I'm not hating.
They wouldn't have no value.
I have no hatred toward this.
It's just
I
true.
just see it, and it's just something I don't like.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Some other stuff I don't like.
It's
too.
sad, bro.
Like the little kid who rapping. I know he rapped with his dad.
Absolutely not.
Dude, I'm not
Is
even
that the
gonna
one that was cursing and stuff?
Yeah, he in the strip
No,
clubs.
sir.
Like, bro, I don't
Respectfully.
even know how old
Not
bro is,
respectfully.
but come on, like,
No.
first off, what type of sick woman dances on a little kid in a strip club?
That is
Like,
insane.
what type of woman does that? What type of men allow that?
Yeah.
Like, I get the whole, my growing up, sometimes my uncles, like, when we were like 10, 11, they would like joke with us about, man, you got a girlfriend, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I get that,
But on a
nature,
kid level,
but they didn't take me to the club with them.
That's
At
insane.
11, they didn't.
got me talking about crazy stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
bro,
I don't even
like-
know about this.
Yeah, man. So, but that's he with his dad, so it's cool. Like, nah,
That's
bro,
not okay.
Like, that's something I really learned. I think we were just talking about, like, sometimes you think you are doing a good job or parenting or whatever, and you realize that, 5 years, 8 years later, like,
Yeah.
wow, I was wilding. Like, these decisions, like, you see what it does to your kids,
Yeah.
and you wonder how there's so many kids who had parents at home and they just broken, man. Like, they don't know, they don't have an identity
Right.
for whatever reason. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying parents do the best that they could, but some of this stuff I'm seeing nowadays. And
Nowadays,
it's like the
man.
fact that people don't care to show it. Like, I'm not.
That's the problem.
And that's
too.
what I was talking to my mama
They do
about.
not
because
care.
one time my mom was like, man, today is wild. I was like, nah, mom, come on. We know y'all used to turn up back in the day.
Right.
She was like, to a certain extent, yes, you had it, but one, it wasn't as I forgot the word she used. She was like, it wasn't as like just vulgar and
Yeah.
ratchet. I mean, they had their times, but
They did,
now
but I
it's
feel like they
just
still kind of had a type
they had
of
enough respect of one to they didn't publicize
even
it
for
at
their
all.
parents though. Like they wasn't about to do that.
That's my point. They
because
cared
their
about their
parents-
self-image,
Yeah.
their name.
Yeah.
Like, it meant something. Like, that was... But they were good at keeping secrets, too, which is a whole nother
Right.
topic. But
Right.
it's like, nowadays, people will show strangers their everything.
Everything. Like everything. And then be like, oh, but I'm just being transparent. Like, nah, we don't want to see that.
Yep.
I really could live without that.
Right.
I
Now,
don't want to see it.
there's a couple things I saw, or we saw that we did like, or not that we liked, but it was kind of entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. These podcasts, or even like Club Shay Shay, I consider that a podcast, even though it's more of an interview type situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Cat Williams interviews, the Monique's, like, this is moving the needle as far as like you get to sit down and hear some of these stories, and just the I think that became like one of the most watched interviews of all time on YouTube. The Cat Williams,
Yeah,
because,
gotta be.
bro, just to sit there and allow people a space to just
Talk.
from behind the scenes of Hollywood is crazy.
It's super crazy. And it's so crazy because a lot of people say the same thing. And so it's like, okay, everybody can't be lying. And that's just how I feel.
That's
Everybody
what I'm saying. I'm not saying.
can't be lying. I'm not saying that people don't lie.
I'm not saying everything is true that
Yeah.
you hear, but it's some truth to something. 'Cause,
Gotta be.
It's too many people that say very similar things who
yeah.
are in that industry. So I'm not saying they're 100% honest,
Right.
or some of it might not just have a little spice thrown on top. But yeah,
There is some truth to it, I'm sure.
right.
I mean, come on now.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I want to talk about one situation, but it's kind of I'm just gonna skip over it because But I'm gonna skip it.
Just skip it, John.
Yeah, we'll skip it. I want to say something, but I'll skip it. Yeah. So, we were talking earlier because we were saying like, and I actually put it on Facebook. I asked a question, and like, you know, sometimes I think people settle for situations in life, whether you settle for a job, you settle for, where you live, you might settle. Like, and by settle, I mean like you end up somewhere that you didn't want to be at, but you just did it just to do it, or
Yeah.
like for whatever reason. And like,
Right.
so I was saying, and we were talking. She brought up a point that self esteem led you to settle for a lot of stuff that you internally didn't want.
Yep.
So, what do you
And
mean by that?
I want to say two parts to this. That self esteem does play a big part. I think it would probably be the ultimate part.
Okay,
But I think that bleeds into your surroundings too.
gotcha.
But the only reason your surroundings has an effect on your thought or what you want is because of your self esteem. You don't believe it yourself. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And so it just leads to you listening to other people. Go do it, and you. That's how you're getting your identity. So you're just like, oh, okay, well, I guess I should, compromise or like, just pull my standards down and go with this because this is probably all I can get. Because you start to believe what everybody's saying, like
right.
this is the best. Like that's a great, whatever it is. Oh, it is great. Oh, I mean, I used it in,
So you
not
say
really what I wanted.
you
But
feel like you settled in life at certain things because the people around you said this opportunity or this person or this whatever
well, absolutely,
was the best you can get. So do it.
yeah.
Okay.
Because like you have people reaffirming that, like you already kind of weighing it, you know what I mean? Because you don't trust yourself and you don't know really. Like, am I being too much or am I doing too much? Do I deserve to do too much?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you might have a lot of people saying, oh, just do it. Like, yeah, like that's a great idea. Do it. And then you do it. Or either you might have, like when I think about not selling and stuff like that, you have people in your corner that'll help you.
Right.
And be like, nah, if that's what you want, that's what you want. Don't do that, whatever.
And that's for me the question for me, and it specifically when we got together. Obviously, we were young. I was still
Yeah.
going to UL, and I remember a lot of people would ask me, especially when we got more serious. They were like, why are you
With the kid.
like you selling down? Like why you knowing like why you pick somebody who got a child?
Yeah.
Like what's going on? Like I had to sit there and like defend that, guys. I am not settling. Like I have been in college. I've been traveling, at time traveling all around the world for music.
Yeah.
I've been going to all different types of, events with different schools, and I've been all over the United States of America. And like I've seen enough. This is not me settling. Like it's like people sometimes,
They don't see.
like for me,
past.
I had to defend that I wasn't settling. Like I literally told people like, why you getting married so young? Even like saying like I'm selling to marry so young. I'm like, this is it.
They
Like,
really, yeah, that was
like,
very true.
like everything I had on my list is checked off.
Yeah,
So it's not me. Believe me, it's not me selling.
right. And that's the thing. People have their own list for you sometimes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they really have their own list. And just like you say, like we used to say all the time about how people, you might switch a job or whatever, but people already have that idea of you, and so it's
Yeah.
hard for them to
Or
change it.
like in your life, like for a perfect example, like you have an amazing, what I consider an amazing entrepreneur for a parent. Like
Yeah.
your mom has built a business model, a thriving business model
Yeah.
that it does so well that people are like, well, the only option for you is to take over.
Yeah. Go ahead. Follow their
Because
steps.
naturally,
Yeah.
there is always this succession
Yeah.
of parents start a
Passing it.
business, you pass it down
Yeah.
to whoever, and for you, you're like, yeah, no, because it's like I didn't. That's not my dream.
Yeah, I didn't
like
want
that's
that.
my
Yeah.
mom's dream. I will support that dream until I'm blue in the face. If
Right.
she ever need me to
Yeah.
help, I'm there. If she called, need me to work for whatever.
100%, yeah.
I'm the first one there. But
But that's just not.
long term, that's not what I wanted in life.
Yeah.
And I feel like even that people are.
But
it's like,
but that's the thing though, and that's what I was saying. Like that was for me a settling issue. Like because even with my personal self, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the reason I even probably pushed off stopping that so like for a long time, right, is because I was unsure, right, of what I really did. You
Right.
really have these thoughts of what you want to do? You know, is that really you? And then I had to ask myself, am I settling? Is settling worth it? Is it not worth it?
And I remember for me, it wasn't an issue for me. But I saw the effect
How
that
yeah.
weight was on you
On me,
because y'all think we're joking. It became
it's
a
serious,
fact where
y'all.
every conversation we would have with somebody, like
Everyone, it
like
was
outside of
ridiculous.
our normal circle. Like let's say we go to Walmart, see somebody. Oh, we proud of y'all. You got the kids. How the
Insane.
family doing? That they would never finish with. Oh, y'all gonna take over the daycare, huh? Or y'all go work at the daycare.
It never failed. They
And
would
it's like,
always say that. It's like, huh?
what? No, that we support it. We there.
Right. And a lot of times I think I was really kind of going through an identity issue too, because it was like, okay, this thing had just taken on
Right.
me. Like, I asked for this identity, like, oh yeah, you're gonna run it. It just happened. And I'm like, hold on, I didn't.
And don't get me wrong.
And it's not a bad thing.
It's not.
But people would love to be in my position like that, and that's fine. You know, I just really personally have different goals.
I don't even know why people wanted you to be. It's like almost like they were saying you would have to take over for your mom, but
Yeah.
they don't even realize there are a lot of companies that are family owned where
Right.
the family still owns it, but somebody
Yeah.
else operates.
Right.
They didn't even give you that option.
They didn't. They were just like, you're going in.
You
You're
gonna work
going to
there.
work. I'm like, I don't want to
You
be
gonna
there
do
all
it.
day.
What if she does something else with, whatever her other stuff
Yeah.
is, like give it to you and your brother, and y'all like, well, we just go be
The
owner
owners
operator
and not
and
in
get
there.
somebody else to operate.
Right.
We just gonna be the managing group. We
Right.
gonna be the board. Like
Right. Like, we're not trying to be in there.
Yeah.
They got people for that, literally.
Yeah.
Good people.
So for me, I just remember you coming home sometimes, and like I could tell when somebody brought it up because the way, like, you always be on some. Like, I could just tell when somebody had said you go take over the daycare, like, or you go do.
It was discouraging.
because you would just be
You
so
know?
down, like,
Yeah.
or if you were with me and somebody would say it, I could just see it in your face, like you,
Yeah.
because it almost got to a point, like you said, that became your identity.
It
Like,
really
they wouldn't
did,
even
and
ask you about.
and it was more so that it could have been any job, but the fact that people were putting this on me and I had never even thought about that.
Right.
You know, like, no, I'm just helping my mom, and I'm good at it. But that makes sense. She raised me. It's like this
Right.
been a part of our life, and I'm only thinking like this is kind of like my sibling because she had this since I was a preteen. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like I grew up around this.
Grew up around it.
So it comes naturally. But like for people to be like, no, you're gonna do all that, you're gonna run that, like that's yours. I'm like, whoa,
That's so.
huh?
It's so weird
What?
that people put.
Meanwhile,
that on
then
you.
I'm thinking I'm getting my own life together. I'm thinking I'm finally learning who I am, what I need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? And so like then you hear stuff like that and you're like, you're battling.
Oh yeah, and
It's like what?
and the battle. The crazy thing is the
What's
battle-
going on?
The battle really becomes more about like, how do I prove who I am?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like I have to prove that
Yeah. I'm not
just
supposed
that.
to be. Yeah.
Or like, I'm not who
That's
I am
not
because
me.
of that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
am me alone.
Like now I gotta
Like-
show who I am. God,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
man.
for people to believe me. Like that's true.
You
That's
know,
so true.
for me, I never wanted to, and I hope one day you can look back and say that I didn't, but I never wanted to just like, I didn't want to do what other people was doing, like force you to make another decision.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to know that
Find
I
what you
had,
want. Yeah.
like whatever decision you made,
Yeah.
like this rest have the trust in me to know that I'm there with you.
Yeah.
And like, I hope that was portrayed or that was conveyed through my, efforts. Because I never, my goal was never to make you decide like, you go do that or not. It was just,
Right.
I just wanted you to be in a better place.
I remember, yeah, because I like specifically remember you saying like, I don't care what you do. Like, I just want you not to be in this place. Like,
Yeah, it was bad, man.
because you need to figure out, you just do what you want to do, but don't be in this place. Like,
Yeah.
because it was just really not helpful. It was
Cause like
just
yeah,
not.
like I tell people, beside like me and you, I always tell people, yeah, we're married,
Yeah.
whoop de do, but like we really like best friends.
Yeah.
We're friends,
Super friends.
and so
So
it would
corny.
be times where we couldn't even been like do our friend thing
Yeah.
because like just the state you were in because of that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm losing, the wife and friend.
Right.
I can't do that. I can't
Because
do
as a
both.
person, I really was so confused about who I need to be. And I think people don't realize that. People think like just because you smile and you do the stuff good, like just do something good. Oh, that must be just what
People,
this
hey,
is. Like
I
that's just
promise
her
you that
life. You know what I
they
mean?
think that
And it's
if
like
you go through life, like you said, happy
happy
and
and just
the joy, like, but honestly, too, I don't think people really understand that there is a joy
yeah.
that comes from, especially for us, like that our
Yeah.
joy comes from the Lord, like, and
Mm-hmm.
joy, the joy
Amen.
that we have
And he
is
gives it to
not
us.
based on
Our life.
our happiness.
Yeah.
That's happiness.
Uh-huh.
Our joy is internal. It's an internal joy because we have gratitude that we just have breath in our body. So we happy already.
That's right.
We have gratitude that we just can move and do what we need to do, and God has blessed us with a family. Like that joy you can't take from us.
Right. And so whether high or low, we still have
Yeah.
that.
But
And
sometimes
that's
people
what we show people.
confuse that
With
as we're
oh
happy with
yeah,
life.
this is what I'm like.
And nah,
Yeah.
sometimes life be life, but
Right.
we get through it.
But
But
that really was a crazy time. And like it's crazy too because it's like how you explain it to people when you try to tell them like, yeah, I really was going through like. And it's funny because as Christians, when as people who believe that God, is the head of your life, right? And you want to do what God wants for you to do. It's like, okay, like, what is it? Because then you have like, it becomes spiritual. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It becomes a battle, a
It really
warfare
is.
spiritually.
That's why I tell people the more like when you really get into stuff, you see that depression and stuff really is spiritual,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
and it's really you really gotta you know do some deep soul diving and
Yeah.
searching sometimes to deal with this stuff
Yes.
because
It's
it
very
takes a
true.
lot.
You
But
do.
hopefully, you
But I came out of that, bro, and I can't believe I did, but I did. That was crazy. I remember I
you
called
did.
you falling out crying, like remember on the phone.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember,
I couldn't take it
and I
anymore.
was happy.
And you was like, "What is wrong?"
I was happy when you not that you got to that point, but I was just happy that you finally got to a point that
Yeah,
I can't do it.
yeah,
Because like then I knew, okay, now we're
yeah.
going
She's
somewhere.
made a choice,
Like,
so
cause
now I can
I
help
had
her.
been saying it kind of, but we never got. But once we got there,
Yeah,
I was like, okay, if this is the bottom, good.
yeah,
Like, because we can go. Up. Like, cause I
yeah,
was just waiting for it to bottom out, and I was hoping that the bottom wasn't so far where it was like there was no
yeah.
chance
Coming
of
back,
coming back.
yeah. Like so long, like
Yeah.
just wasted time. But yeah,
But I don't
that's
know
true.
we doing therapy. This is why you don't go to therapy because you just start doing therapy.
You started literally doing therapy.
But no, we are good.
yeah,
Like the
I
show
think we're
is
good.
still good.
Yeah.
JT and Nene is still good. Our
Yeah.
kids are still great.
They're a mess.
Our marriage is still
Great.
good and
Yeah.
great. We just life was just happening so fast. Like every
Yeah.
week we wanted to record.
Right. Every
Like,
week we would try
would come to
something
record.
would happen.
1 week
So.
daughter is sick. Next
Yeah.
week this
Baby
is
sick,
happening.
like-
and then next week is this. And
Yeah.
next week was
Yeah.
birthday
Right.
parties. This
It's a
week
lot.
It's just January and February for us is always busy
all
because
the
we got Major's birthday,
Anniversary.
2 birthdays in February, our anniversary. I had like 2 shows out of town,
Right.
2 weekends gone.
January was crazy. I was in that shows.
You
It
had
was crazy.
You had stuff to do. You sung at the inauguration.
Yeah.
It just was every weekday stuff.
Just very busy in 2024. We
busy.
started 2024 very busy.
We're busy, but we're not too busy.
That's
Don't
right.
be too busy. That's
That's
stupid.
not okay. Rest.
Be smart.
Yeah.
So yeah, we gotta go right now. Actually, gotta go.
Oh my God. Is
yeah.
that really the time?
That is really the time.
Oh my God. We really have to
We
go.
really have to go.
At 11 o'clock. No, I'm just
We
kidding.
really have to
We
go.
really have to go, guys. Okay.
All right, we're here.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
bye. Gotta go.
Tune in next time.